Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone's having a blessed morning. I am having a blessed morning. So this is part two of I figured it out. I just needed to get home. And before I was interrupted yesterday with so many questions, I was bombarded yesterday with so many questions talking about Jewish and talking about other things. I want to pick up where I left off at. If you go into part one, basically I was talking about how that it was really important for me to, when I was in that life, murder, death, kill life, barbaric, even twisted way of life, before I was in that life, right? It was important for me to do a lot of things by myself because I knew that when I'm with people, the chance of them telling on me is 10 out of 10. You know, if anything should happen, they will point the finger at me. So I knew early on in this type of life that it was it was important to do things by yourself because if anything happened, you're not going to tell on yourself. You're not going to tell on yourself basically. So it was really important for me to do a lot of things by myself, and I did a lot of things by myself. Um, was I met with going to court? Yeah, I was met with going to court. I beat a lot of cases. I was young and ignorant. I beat a lot of cases. Only when I started chilling with other people, chilling with crews and stuff like that, that's when things got out of hand. Certain crews. And then I knew from there that a lot of things was gonna go left for me. I knew that I was gonna wind. I just knew that um, I was gonna wind up either dead or in jail for the rest of my life. I knew these two things. And when you are living this life, when you are living this barbaric life, evil twisted life, your objective, and most of the people that was living that life, your objective is to either you're going to get murdered or murder somebody, or you're going to end up in jail for the rest of your life. When you are, in this life, because that's the reward. That's the reward, you know, and the reward is jail, death, and murder. Period. Point blank. Jail, death, and murder. This is the actually mindset of this thing, of the youth or anybody that's dibble dabble in his life, right? So the reward I was getting was clothes, food, that's it. So basically I had to keep on procreating ways to get food, ways to get money, ways to get clothes. Because when you live in this life, majority of people that's in his life is doing things for clothes and sneakers and outfits and for weed and alcohol. They're not doing things like the lower level individuals. That's what they doing that for. They just doing it for clothes and outfits and stuff like that. Majority of it is switched up nowadays. But I'm talking about basically on my era while they was doing things because they was in poverty. They didn't have no food. They didn't have no clothes, so they needed clothes. And these are the things that they was doing. Pretty much, it's the same exact thing. It's pretty much the same thing, but things are digital and there's more access to the internet where that you don't have to do these things. You can create and procreate um, and generate wealth for you and money, stuff like that. So These things is really important, right? And what I mean by it's really important, that at that time I had to do it because I couldn't eat, I couldn't do certain things. So these are the things that I was doing, these acts. So now I'm in and out, I'm in and out these why me pins, I'm in and out why me pins, I'm beating cases, I'm in and out why me pins, I'm beating cases, I'm in and out. Until this time, it wasn't no in and out. You gotta stay. You gotta stay. And when I stayed, right, that's when I figured it out. That's when I figured it out, meaning that that's when I realized and recognized that everything that I was doing was all wrong. Everything I was doing was darkness upon darkness. Everything that I was living by at that time was contributing to me being deaf, dumb, and blind, and me being ignorant, and me being possibly an organ donor or just deaf, period. So, hold on 1 second. You're gonna do this. Let me see if I can. Yeah, snap that. Anthony, Vincent. Anyway, I'm listening to you, bro. Thank you so much. You hear the ignorance from this guy, J Money King. This guy's very disrespectful. This is what they do. Come in the comments and be disrespectful. So, you know, then I goes up north. I go up north. Then I figured it out. I figured out that my life supposed to be this way. And most majority of the times when people are out there doing a life of crime, a life of ignorance, dumb, deaf, and blind, murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted way of life, the light, the the lights spark immediately when you enter these plantations, when y'all being told, right, to go to child, lights out, lights on the program, on the visits, on the law library, right, on the vocational program, on the academic program, on the medication run, on the commissary, on the early yard, on the early go back, on the late night yard, and all of these other things. They move you around like cattle. This is where you'll start to begin and understand that your life that you have done and the life that you have lived prior to you entering these plantations, that it was all wrong. And that there, I know for me and a lot of other people, that's when you'll start to figure it out. You just need to get home. You understand what I'm saying? You just need to get home. But the acts that you have done and committed in society by boom, 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 shooting and killing people, murdering people, robbing people, is not going to allow you to go home. Now you got 15 years over your head. Now you got life over your head. You and your crew, or whatever you did prior to you coming to these plantations and concentration camps, where that when you into society, you are given the option and you are given light, right, to improve your conditions. There's light out in society. Do you know how many times the light came to me for me to change? All of those times, of me getting away of these acts of me getting materialistic things, clothes, sneakers, food, and I'm getting away with certain things. Those were all the times where I was given what? I was given a will to change my life around. But being that I was plagued with this evil demonic mindset and devil demon, right, that added in to me making decisions of doing these acts, I wanted to keep doing them, right? So being that I did that, I ended up on Why Me pens. I ended up when the judge hitting me with all this time over my head. I end up doing time. I end up changing my life in there. I figured it out already. I figured it out within a day or two. Majority of people that's doing these acts, they figure out within a day or two, within a week, that they shouldn't have to be doing these acts. That they was plagued. See, when you're doing these acts, these devil, demon, demonic acts, right? They evil, they twisted, right? When you are doing these acts, you are plagued with sickness in demonic way. That is not you. That is an entity telling you what to do. That is a dark entity that which aiding in your will, telling you to hurt people, to kill people, to backdoor people, backstab people, and all of these other things. Only when you enter these plantations where you want to get your life together, and that's majority of the people. Majority of individuals do that because they figured it out. They figured it out. And I was the ones that figured it out and understand the assignment. So when it was my chance, Anthony Vince said, we need more ninjas here like you, keeping it real, telling the truth about it. That's right. That's right, Anthony. You know, because I was a ninja. I was in the streets. And a lot of them don't understand what they're doing. They are risking their life, their freedom, right, to enter these plantations. This is why it's my job to get up here to speak the truth and tell the people the truth. What's really going on, what really happened. What really go happen inside your thoughts and your understanding. This is what goes on. You're plagued with poverty. You're plagued with not having no clothes. You're plagued with not eating. You're plagued with homelessness, in and out of these plantations and jails. You're building a resume upon yourself. You're leading yourself to death. You're not caring about living or dying. You don't care about killing somebody. You don't care. You really don't care because you have nothing to lose. This is what you're saying in your mind. So you don't care about taking somebody's life. I'm telling you, this is the mindset. This is the mindset. And plus, we are plagued with the drugs and guns. That also aiding the mindset. But in these very moments that you're doing these acts, or before you're doing these acts, there's signs coming to you telling you not to do these acts. They deter you, right, to going in the right direction. But we choose to do that because we are plagued, whatever we are plagued with, right, in our society, in our community, within inside of ourselves. You see it all day. If I go outside, I see the guy standing there from 6 o'clock, and when I come back, I see him standing there. It's already 8 or 9 o'clock, and he's still there in that same spot. That same spot. So we are plagued with a lot of these things. We are plagued with poverty. We are plagued with hunger, homelessness, and all these other things that is plaguing us with. It's the same exact mindset. But the only thing different that this is digital. We didn't have opportunities like that. Not really that much activities. I mean, that much opportunities. They was there, but it wasn't like that. Right? So if we look at this and see that we are plagued with the same thing, this is why I said after generation after generation after generation, We are plagued with this. This is why this is my job to eradicate this and expose this murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted way of destroying us, and for us to become organ donors and end up in these plantations. This is why it's a big campaign for me to talk this and to speak it, to speak life into us, to try to catch us before we do these murder, death, kill acts, and say that, listen, you have an opportunity. Your opportunity was a little more better than ours. You have the digital world. You have what? The creative world. You have content. You have all of these things that we didn't have, that we had to put footwork in. We had to travel here, there. Anthony, we said, Jay, we need to be supporting this brother, not trying to disrupt his story. Your youth folks need to hear this. Thank you so much, brother. I'm not even paying no mind to him. I'm not paying no mind to him. Because individuals like that, that's making jokes about that, yeah, E Biggie, yeah, E Boogie, I got this guy, J Money King, being disrespectful to me over here. Yeah, you'll see his comments, E. You know, this is really, really important that we change the narrative, that we change these curses that's within inside of us, that is plaguing us each and every day of our lives. Now, to fast forward that, I told a little bit of the story. To fast forward that, it took me all of my life coming back out of society, because it wasn't just easy like that. Okay, I came back out. I just needed to get home, right? Okay, I'm home now. Now I'm home. What do I do? There's no jobs for me. There's no job for convicted felons. That back then it wasn't. It was no jobs for convicted felons. What I'm gonna do to eat? What I'm gonna do to survive? What I'm gonna do to support my family? What I'm gonna do? Majority of these guys got child support. They coming straight home with child support on them. This is actually true facts. These are things that people don't talk about. Your child mother left you. You did 5 years, 10 years, 6 years, 8 years out of your life. She put child support on you while you was upstate, spending the yards, working out, wishing that you was home, wishing that you understand your assignment. People's dying off, and your family members, your mother passing away, your brother's passing away out there, your grandfather, your uncles, whoever. You're doing all these times. You're doing all this time. All this time is over your head. Either way, you're going to lose in this game. Either way, you're going to lose in this game, right? That's why I said it don't tell you that it's going to backdoor you at the end of the day. All right, so now that I'm home, so I'm fighting now to get jobs. I'm fighting. I'm fighting to work. And this was during the era, this was the 2000s. The 2000s was critical at that time for ex-offenders that been upstate. But prior to me coming to the streets and sit back in society, in the community, I had changed my life already. I had changed my heart, mind, and soul already. I changed what's inside of my life. I changed it, right? So, being that I changed my life already, right? Now it's time for me to go in society and fight. Fight for my freedom. Fight for me to survive. Fight for me not to be in the back of those plantations, catching a new charge, catching a new one. This is facts. This is facts. It was hard because now I'm back in the same environment where I came from, where I see people getting money. You ever seen the movie First Felon with Omar Epps? It was sort of like that, but more intense. Now I'm coming home, everybody's getting money, they're getting fresh. I had to get a job. You on parole. So now I'm on parole. Parole saying that you got to get a job. You have to get a job, or you're gonna get locked back up. You're gonna go to jail. So now I'm on parole. Now I'm working. I'm working. I get a construction job. I'm working. I'm getting bread. Back then I was making like $18 an hour. That $18 an hour back then was good money back then. Back then. So I started to get my feet wet. So I'm working. I'm working. I'm working. So I start to build up my resume in society. I start to build it up. I start to build it up. I'm working, work, right? 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I've been constantly working, keeping my foot on this murder, death, kill, working, not returning back to the streets. I said, I'm done with that because the streets is not what the streets was before. It's a lot of telling, it's a lot of pointing, it's a lot of other things. And plus this way of life, it don't reward you. It don't give you nothing. It takes from you. It's not gonna give you anything. So I started moving. I started moving. Then I end up in shelters. I did all that. So I don't have to go to the streets to prove a point that I'm tough. Most of us don't want to do that. We got pride. So we'll pick up a gun, we'll do all these things, shooting, killing people, risking your freedom, and end up in these plantations. So these things is really, really true. These things is actually truth. This is the truth. And these are the things that we need to spread amongst us to increase our conditions, to increase our level. So now I'm a city worker. If I went through all of that pain and suffering and I figured it out, right? If I figured that out and went through all that pain and suffering, now I'm just seeing the fruits of my labor. For real. I'm just now seeing the fruits of my labor. I'm talking about financially. Yes, at this age. I was in my 20s, early 20s. So from my early 20s, my 30s, all my 20s, all my 30s, and my 40s, I was working. Wa alaikum salam, wa rahmatullah, brother. Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you so much. I got individuals in here being disrespectful. J Money King. So, now people in my comments gonna get at you. I don't gotta do nothing. I got people in my comments, people that know me is gonna get at you. So, I started working. I started working. When I started working, it started to get better. I couldn't go back to the street. I couldn't allow these individuals to trick me out of my freedom no more. I couldn't allow myself to be plagued with darkness and evil. I couldn't allow my children to be plagued with darkness and evil anymore. I changed my life around. And it didn't happen overnight. It took time and time and time. I had to basically show myself and show the Creator, the Almighty, that I have changed in my heart, body, soul, and mind. You know? And this was really, really important for me. Yeah, E, I don't know what's up with this dude. You know? I don't know what's up with this dude, man. E Boogie from the Bronx. Yeah, I got people in here that's gonna support me. You know? So these things is really, really important that we change the narrative, that we fight against this murder, death, kill mindset that is plaguing us generation after generation. Now they're coming after the youth. They killing the youth. You know? They killing the youth. So it's really important that we change our conditions, that we change our mindset. Because if we don't, they will. Take the opportunity right now while you are in society to change your condition and your mindset. I figured it out. That's why I'm here right now with the Almighty's help. That's why I'm here. And that's why you got individuals like this guy right here, J Money King, that's up here being disrespectful. He's a kid. This is a kid. I know it's a child. But that's try to change the narrative of your life. You must do it. It's very important that we improve our condition, improve our life, and everybody around us. Conditions in life. That would bring a betterment in our life. So I figured it out. I just needed to get home. I figured it out. I needed to get home. And it was really, really important for me to figure it out. And I made it home, but home wasn't home base. It was only the beginning. It was only the beginning. And don't let that be your story. Don't let that be your beginning, just coming home and have to start it all over. Do it right now while you are in society to prove your condition. Keep your eyes open and your head on the swivel. There's murder, death, kill going on here. Not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, murder, death, kill. Live the life, lead the life. Ain't no thing. I'm married to the game and the game is married to me. And it cloak itself with your lower desires. It's not telling you that it's going to backdoor you at the end of the day. It's going to backdoor you and then trap you. Right? There's 3 ways out, but it only present 2 ways out. These plantations and jails and concentration camps, while you walking around the yard with your boys, you got 10 years over your head, 15 years over your head, 20 years over your head, facing life upon life, and never coming home, and want to come home, and right now you figured it out, and then death. That's it. And becoming an organ donor. Catch yourself now. Don't give your freedom up just to give it up. This will be giving it up. You have a chance. You have an opportunity. The opportunity is better now than it was before now. All the young bulls out there. I'm coming with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, experience from a spiritual eye. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Please like, share, subscribe to the dopest channel out right now on YouTube. This is the dopest channel that's coming with amazing contents and bangers. Amazing contents and bangers for you and I to get past the hump and expose this murder, death, kill that took countless of generations upon generations upon generations from us. Let's give it back to the pork traders of it. Yes, let's improve our conditions. Let's improve our life. Let's improve our health. Let's improve each other individually and collectively. Everybody got a story to tell. But it's time for you to tell your story while you are in society, where you are free to move about as you move about to what? Success. Thank you so much. Yo, Anthony, please like, share, subscribe if you haven't done already. Please like, share, subscribe. Anthony, I want you to repost after I get off this live, because it's going to go private after this. Repost when I publish it. Repost. I definitely appreciate that, everything that I said to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, brother. I thank you so much. Please get the information out, because we are being overshadowed about a lot of celebrity gossip on here. So celebrity gossip is taking control, and YouTubers are beefing with each other. But over here we give actual knowledge and actual experience, and what can we do to prevent our youth and everybody else of going through these tragedy stories and losing a loved one. These stories are not being told. When you get in these plantations, you lose your mother. Your mother died. Your father died. Even your children died. You lose everything. You lose your grandparents. Yeah. And then, when you enter these places, you give up your booty. Your booty, yes. Your backside. When you leave society, you enter these places, you telling everybody, here go my booty. Come get my booty. Whatever's gonna happen to you is gonna happen to you in there. So let's change the narrative. Let's change each other. And your brothers have an amazing, amazing, amazing day. Peace, y'all. Later.